There's a wild buzz circling the paddock right now, and it all ties back to a single burning question. Is Liam Lawson already on his way out at Red Bull? Just when the Formula One world thought his arrival would usher in a wave of fresh talent, the chatter suggests he may be on the verge of losing his seat far sooner than anyone imagined. It's a whirlwind that has fans, insiders, and even rival teams scratching their heads. And the surprise twist is the sudden spotlight on Yuki Tsunoda as a potential replacement. No one expected to see the conversation turn towards Tsunoda this quickly, but everything points to a massive shakeup in the making. Fans remember the hype surrounding Lawson. A Kiwi phenom with strong junior series performances, he looked like a surefire bet for Red Bull's future. Yet, motorsport is merciless, and impressions can change in a blink. Rumblings of urgent talks in Milton Keynes, rumours of test data comparisons, and cryptic statements from helmet Marko have all fueled speculation that Lawson's days in that seat might be numbered. The next few weeks could define whether this young driver has what it takes or if he'll be sidelined for someone with more proven consistency. Liam Lawson's journey to Red Bull wasn't a typical overnight success story. He earned respect in feeder series, showcasing a keen sense of racecraft and a natural flair for high-pressure moments. The team's history of decisively promoting and dropping drivers is well known. Was he delivering enough to justify the hype? Or was he wilting in the face of harsh realities that only a true F1 seat can reveal? Still, Lawson wasn't supposed to be an overnight race winner. Few rookies are. Red Bull tends to measure performance in top results, not mere promise. Where one weekend hints at potential, the next sees him slip behind slower machines. While it's normal for new drivers to struggle early, there's already chatter about whether patience or a swap is the better path forward. The moment Lawson replaced Sergio Perez, voices throughout the paddock cheered for the new guy. He was seen as a breath of fresh air, a driver who could perhaps challenge Max Verstappen more than past teammates had. But the Grand Prix weekends that followed told a different tale. Worrisome qualifying gaps emerged, and on race days, Lawson found himself fighting midfield traffic more than battling at the sharp end. From the outside, it's easy to spot the difference in composure. Lawson's frustration has shown in radio calls, where uncertainty about strategy or tyre management surfaces at inopportune times. When fresh rumours began circulating about urgent meetings in Milton Keynes, the significance was clear. Red Bull might act sooner rather than later. While Lawson struggled to find his footing, Yuki Tsunoda kept making quiet leaps forward. The Yuki of old could be erratic, blisteringly quick one lap, then rattled by the slightest inconvenience the next. His focus sharpened, and wild misjudgments became increasingly rare. Reports of Tsunoda and Lawson doing back-to-back simulator sessions have fueled talk that Tsunoda may be the one better suited to the top team's RB car. Suddenly, Tsunoda was stringing together consistent laps and matching the pace of highly regarded drivers in similar machinery. He battled determinedly in the midfield and racked up points that few had seen coming. Red Bull's leadership began revisiting a question they thought they'd put aside. Could Tsunoda be ready for the main team? When speculation about a driver shuffle gains momentum, it's often because something behind closed doors has begun to shift. In the case of Red Bull, people pointed to a hush-hush meeting in Milton Keynes, one supposedly involving helmet Marko, Christian Horner, and even the top brass. If the team was serious enough to hold an urgent sit-down, the writing might already be on the wall for Lawson. Team politics can be just as influential as track performance. There's talk of sponsor influence, maintaining brand image, and ensuring that any new driver complements Verstappen's style. Helmut Marko has praised Tsunoda's new discipline while remaining guarded about Lawson's future. If Red Bull goes forward with replacing Lawson, they'll want the transition to be seamless. Tsunoda must score points without missing a beat. Red Bull invests heavily in simulator time, engineering support, and special training to avoid rocky starts, but no plan is foolproof. High-pressure debuts can backfire, as expectations and reality seldom align perfectly. Lawson, meanwhile, faces a disheartening reality. If he's swapped out so soon, is this the end of the line? Or can he remain part of the Red Bull stable for future opportunities? For fans invested in the Kiwi's potential, the possibility of a swift exit feels more than a little unfair. Social media has lit up with debates on whether Lawson deserved a longer trial period. Some argue that any driver stepping into Verstappen's domain needs extra time to adapt. Others believe Tsunoda has paid his dues in the junior team and should be rewarded for his calm maturity. Red Bull has a long-standing reputation for bold, often ruthless decisions. They made calls in the past that sometimes produced superstars like Verstappen, other times leading to early exits for talents who couldn't adapt. The notion of politics that Tsunoda hinted at suggests there might be factors beyond track performance at play. Maybe sponsors demand certain nationalities, or maybe there's a broader marketing strategy involved. One scenario sees Lawson finishing the next Grand Prix with improved results, enough to temporarily quiet critics and buy more time. If his performances stagnate or worsen, the calls for Tsunoda to step in could become unstoppable. Another scenario sees Tsunoda sliding into that seat as early as Japan, a move that would delight local fans but also create massive pressure on the young driver to deliver. There's a chance Red Bull reverts to a more conservative approach, allowing Lawson extra runway while quietly prepping Tsunoda. But that methodical pace doesn't align well with the team's history of rapid driver changes. Lawson has admitted that time is his greatest enemy. He knows he has only a handful of races to show he belongs, and he once proclaimed he wasn't here to make friends, but to win races. Tsunoda, on the other hand, seems eager for the big opportunity. When asked if he'd be ready, he confidently stated he was 100% prepared. Christian Horner remains elusive, talking about ongoing evaluations. Helmut Marko continues to highlight Tsunoda's quantum leap, describing him as more mature and aligned with Red Bull's core ethos. Speculation rages about whether political reasons factored into Lawson's initial promotion, and some wonder if the same forces now favour Tsunoda. Lawson's predicament captures the relentless pace of Formula One. One moment you're an up-and-coming sensation, the next you're overshadowed by rumours of a swift replacement. All eyes turn to the next Grand Prix weekends, where a single mistake might spell the end of Lawson's time in the seat, or a heroic performance could help him claw back some credibility. Tsunoda, for his part, has never been more ready to seize the spotlight if given the chance. If Red Bull truly opts to pull Lawson mid-season and slot in Tsunoda, the echoes of that choice will be felt for years. Was it a hasty reaction to a few rough weekends, or a wise move to maximise the team's performance? In Formula One, nothing stays hidden for long, and this saga offers a reminder that fortunes can shift in a heartbeat. Who will thrive under the immense scrutiny, and who might be left in the dust? The outcome could redefine Red Bull's driver lineup for good.